Hey guys, it's Hailey, and today I have a video for you that I'm really excited about, and I literally know I say that in every video, but I'm always excited to make videos. Today I'm going to be comparing two brushes. I have the Artis Oval 7 brush, and I have the MAC Oval 6 brush. So how I'm comparing these is like which oval brush should you get, so like which size would work better for you, because I know whenever I was looking at these brushes I was like, I don't know which size I should get. I know the Oval 7 is really popular and I know the Oval 6 is popular as well. I figured both of these brushes do serve multi-purposes, so foundation, blush, bronzer, you know what I mean? So I wanted to compare the two sizes to let you see kind of how they apply, like different products, and how they compare. I did go ahead and opt for the MAC Oval 6 instead of the Artis Oval 6 because this is $42 and the Artis one is $55, so I did go ahead and opt for the MAC one. However, they are the exact same size and they're basically the exact same brush. I watched reviews comparing them and they're basically the exact same thing, so I did go ahead and opt for the MAC one. However, MAC, this is the biggest one they have, is the Oval 6. They don't have anything like the Oval 7, so I did purchase the actual Artis Oval 7 brush. So as far as Artis brushes, as far as the size, each inclination and number basically adds $5 to it. So the Oval 6 brush is $55, the Oval 7 is $60, the Oval 8, so on, so on. So just wanted to let you know. So yeah, this brush is pretty pricey. So if you are going to be purchasing one of these brushes, you really do want to purchase the one that, you know, works best for you. So that's why I wanted to make a comparison on these. Now these brushes, you do need to get the cleanser that comes with it, the Artis cleanser, because this is a gel, a cleansing foam, and it works better for these brushes due to the fact that these shouldn't be run under water like a normal brush. So I do recommend getting this. They do have a starter pack that has like a small one of these and a little cleaning pad thing in a set, but I just got this and I've been using a microfiber cloth to use with it. So I have already applied my primer. I used the Bobbi Brown base, and today I'm going to be using the Marc Jacobs Remarkable foundation, and just because I know this gives a really good coverage. So yeah, we're just gonna go in and we're just gonna start. Both of these brushes are clean. Just wanted to throw that out there. So first off, the MAC brush / Oval 6 brush says Oval 6 is best used for applying and blending powder and foundation. It can also be used for contouring the cheek with powder, blush, and bronzer. So the Oval 7 brush says, sorry, mine has like a thing covering it, so I have to like pull it up on my phone, but the Oval 7 brush says the Artis Oval 7 may be perfect size for applying foundation, contour, blush, highlight, bronzing, and setting powder. So basically the exact same thing as the Oval 6. So I'm just going to show you how each one works and applies, and yeah. So I'm going to use the Oval 7 on this side and the Oval 6 on this side. Starting off with the Oval 6 brush. The bristles are very soft in this, and they are dense, of course. They're pretty much the same brush as far as like the Artis one and this one, as far as the Oval 6 is. So I'm just shaking this one, and I will zoom you in. So I'm just going to put a couple dots of this on my face. When using Artis brushes, they use a lot less product than if you were to use a brush or a beauty blender. So I'm just going to put a couple dots on my face. Oh, that was a lot. So we're going to start off with the Oval 6 on this side. That is the foundation with the Oval 7 brush. You can see, or I'm sorry, Oval 6. You can see that it did cover very well. This foundation is a really heavy foundation, so if you can like see it on my face, it is because this is just a really heavy foundation. So now we're going to use the Oval 7 brush on this side, and this one is bigger. One thing though, comparing these brushes, is that the Artis brush is softer on your face. So yeah, as far as, I think I put too much foundation on this right side of my face, but as far as the two sides, this is what the MAC one looks like, and this is what the Artis one looks like. Both did a great job. This brush, the Oval 7, does blend out faster. It's so soft, I just love to rub it on my face. So the next thing that it says is you can use this with powder, and last time I tried this, I did try to use it with my Hourglass powder, but oh no, I made a mess on this. Last time I did try to use this with my Hourglass powder, and I tried it with the MAC Oval 6, and I didn't like the way that worked, so I'm gonna try them today with a loose powder instead. I haven't tried the Oval 7 brush with the powder, but just the way these are, I just don't feel like I like them with using them with the powder. I just like to use my regular powder brush, but today I'm going to try them with the loose powder, the Coty Airspun powder. So I am going to try, because I did think that maybe with a loose powder it would work better than a pressed powder, but I just like the way that I just don't like to use these really with the powder, and also I don't like to use this mattifying powder with this foundation, because this foundation is really heavy, but I'm gonna do it for the video, so yeah, sorry. So I'm just gonna dip my brush in it and then tap off some excess, and the thing is, I don't know if you should swirl it on or tap it on, but I'm just gonna slide it on. I know using a mattifying powder with this foundation does make it look a little cakey, because this is a really heavy foundation, but I'm just going to use this for the video. Normally I would use my Hourglass Luminous setting powder thing. So right off the bat, I do like using the Oval 7 one much better than I did with the Oval 6. But we're going to try the Oval 6 with a loose powder today, just like I just did with that one. But the other day when I tried it, I did use a pressed powder and it just didn't work very well. But also, the way this one applies, since it's so much smaller, it does pack it on heavier. So I do like the Artis one, the Oval 7, better for applying powder, but like I said, normally I would just use my pressed powder, and I would just use my regular brush for that. So for the bronzer, I'm going to use Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, and for the contour, I'm going to use the Shade and Light palette by Kat Von D. So I'm just going to start off with this one, and I am wiping my brush off in between these. I'm just wiping the excess off on a clean paper towel. So I'm just going to dip it in here and then tap off the excess, and then we're going to bronze with this one. Now for the Oval 6, this is a 7, but for the Oval 6, it works so well for blush, bronzer, and highlight. Just the size it is, it works really well. This one works pretty well too. just, I know that the size of that brush, actually I do have a small face, so if you have a bigger face, this one may work better for you, but just the size of this one works really well for blush, bronzer, and highlight, but this one's doing okay too. I'm gonna add a little more on my cheeks. So that's what that looks like. And now we're going to do it with the Oval 6. And same thing, I'm just tapping it into there just like that. And this size is just really nice. You could of course do it like this, but I kind of start out that way, and then as I'm blending it, do it that way. But you can do it however you want. However you want, girl. Or guy, whoever's watching this, you know. My face looks so like cakey right now just because I have like such a mattifying foundation on. So that's what the two sides look like. And now I'm going to contour with the Shade and Light palette, and I'm going to use this shade. So I'm gonna take this on the side when I put this one in. I've not actually tried this one for contour. I'm just gonna try to put it on the side so maybe I can carve it out a little more. So I'm just gonna take it like that and then take off the excess, and then going to, so you can see you can make a line like that and then blend it out, and it blends it out really nicely. So now with this brush, I'm going to do, this one you can just put it in like that, but I'm going to, yeah, I'm just going to do it just because this one is smaller, so it does make it easier. Oh, yeah, maybe you should do it on the side because look how much product just came on. But that's okay. These brushes are really good for blending out. And that blended out just real well. Now we're going to do a blush. I'm going to use this Hourglass blush in Luminous Flush. This is just a really nice blush. I love this blush formula. It's really nice. So I'm just going to take it in like this and tap off the excess like always. That was a lot on this, so we're gonna see how this goes. So I'm just going to start back here actually because I don't want to put too much on the apples of my cheek. So that's real pigmented. I'm trying to see how well we can blend this out because that's a lot of product. Because normally whenever I use too much product, I can go in with my Real Techniques multitask brush and it really does blend it out nicely. So let's see how well we can blend this out because I just put a ton of blush on. And I'm not a person that loves to have just like so much blush on. I like to have like a natural looking blush, like the Clinique's Heather Pop. It's one of my favorite blushes. So that's what we got as far as that. I may try to blend that out a little more. But we're going to go in with it with this one. This brush is really good for blush. I like this a lot. Now we're going to try it the same way. For this brush, it is really nice for blush because it can get just right onto the apples of the cheek like really nicely, whereas this one is much bigger. I feel like, yeah, you can still definitely see that. So yeah, I love this blush. This is a really nice blush. So next is highlight, and I know this Oval 6 brush works really, really well for highlight. So I'm going to take Champagne Pop, because this is my fave highlight, and we're just going to, with this brush, I literally just put it in like that and then I can do that. But with this brush, I feel like I'm not going to be able to do that, so I feel like I do need to use the side. So maybe add some more. It does blend it out really nicely. So now I'm going to use this one and I'm just going to tap it in like so. Tap off the excess, and this one is just really nice. It's just like the perfect size to just do that with. So you can see the highlight hopefully. I don't know, I'm just going to move my face around, but both of them apply a highlight nicely, but I feel like I like this one better for highlight. I think that's everything for these brushes. The only other thing is with this Oval 6, they say you can use this for eyeshadow, but really the only thing is like an all over thing. So like maybe if you like, because what I like to do is I like to take my eyeshadow primer. So like what I'll do is I'll just kind of like put some on my lid and then blend it out with something like this. So I will try that with both of these, but I feel like this one would work much better for that. And this does blend it out for your eyelid much quicker than like that deluxe crease brush that I use. Like done, like super done. So now we're gonna try the Oval 7. Try not to get in your way. Well, this one works really good for that too. Like honestly, I thought this was gonna be too big, but that just even does it quicker. Huh. Alright, so I'm going to finish up my makeup and I will be back with my final thoughts on both of these brushes for you. So I will see you soon. Hey guys, so I came on because I was doing my makeup and I realized I forgot to show you how these brushes apply concealer. So I've not put concealer on. I forgot, but I can tell you this applies, they both apply concealer really well. I have tried them both, but I forgot to use concealer because I don't use concealer on an everyday basis. But I already powdered, so I feel like I shouldn't just like go over it with, the concealer. So I did just want to throw this in there that these do both do concealer very nicely. What I do is just put concealer on my under eyes and then I just swipe them across like that, and they blend out very, very, very quickly. And I'm so sorry that I forgot to do that. I'm so upset, but I can't just like take this all off it and try to redo that. So I just wanted to throw that in there because I suck and I'm so sorry. But yeah, so I literally always forget something that I'm wanting to say, so like I'm always like out of setup and wanting to throw something in. But one thing I wanted to mention is the fact that between the companies, MAC and Artis, the MAC brush is not cruelty free, of course, because MAC is not a cruelty free brand, but Artis is. So yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there because I know some people prefer to only buy cruelty free products. So if that's something that's important to you, of course Artis would be better for you. So yeah, just want to throw that in there, and yeah, I'll see you next time. Okay, I just finished my makeup and I'm back, and my makeup is like super simple today, so sorry about that. So I did just want to go ahead and give you my final thoughts on the two brushes. So between the Artis Oval 7 and the Oval 6, here are my thoughts. For the Oval 7, it is better for foundation. It's a much quicker application as far as foundation, because you can see the difference in the size of the brushes. And this one does make it a little less streaky. Not to say that this one puts it on streaky, but it does put it on nicer as far as foundation. I feel like if you want to use this for powder, this works much better for powder than this one. As far as blush and highlight, this brush works better. This one is pretty good for bronzer, not as good as and not as good for blush and highlight as this brush. Because you can see with this brush, I put on way too much blush. However, I was able to blend it out. Whereas with this one, it doesn't put on more blush than you need, and you don't really need to blend it out as much. However, I feel like I could have used this with less product, and it would work well with blush as well. But you can see everything's applied really well, and also both of them work really well for concealer. Like this one's a good size for under the eye, and this one's a really good size for under the eye, and these both just work really well. These both work for like that eyeshadow primer, and overall these brushes are both very good. It just really depends on what you want to use them for. If you just want a really nice foundation brush, you know, this one's really good, really quick, much quicker than your average foundation brush. Let me show you. So my average foundation brush is the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. So the Oval 6 brush is pretty close in size. As you can see, they're pretty much the same size as far as foundation. So that being said, when you go to use this brush, it is a little slower of a process because most people are used to working with a brush like this, and it's much easier. So as far as foundation, that's just the comparison with that. Whereas with the Artis Oval 7, you can see it's much bigger. So this does apply foundation really quick. If you're wanting a quick, easy brush that works for multiple things, this one's really good, especially for foundation, like I said. These are both really good multitasking brushes. In my opinion, I like the Oval 7 more. I just feel like the size makes things go by much quicker. However, this one is much better for blush, bronzer, and highlight than this brush. So it kind of depends on what you'd be looking for. If you want something that does foundation really well, I'd say Oval 7. If you want something that does foundation well but also does blush, bronzer, and highlight really well, this one, the Oval 6. However, this one does do blush, bronzer, and highlight. You may just have to blend out or use less product as far as blush. This one you don't really have to worry about how much you use because this honestly like is the perfect size. This is just a lot slower to blend in foundation. It does blend it in nicely, but this one is better. Okay, well, one last thing. So if you've watched any of my recent my past videos, you know that I do have texture on my skin that you can see here, obviously. And no foundation can just like cover that. So whenever like you see the sides compared, this side doesn't have nearly as much texture. I basically just got that one zit going on right here. So don't look at that and compare them as far as like the brushes, because both brushes do the same as far as that texture that's on my skin. So I wanted to throw that out there, like that you can see here isn't the brush, like it isn't like the Artis Oval 7 like not giving as good as coverage, because that's not what it is at all. Any foundation I use, you will still be able to see the texture. So I just wanted to throw that in there just in case you were looking at that and you were like, well, the Oval 7 doesn't give as much coverage. Like even if I use the Oval 6 on this side, it's going to look like that. So yeah, don't look at that texture and think like, oh, it's not giving good coverage, because literally any foundation I use will look like that. So that's my comparison on the Oval 7 and the Oval 6 brush. I hope you enjoyed, and if you have any questions, of course, leave them down below. And thank you for watching. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.